Wobetumi etie Azitoradio live ɛwɔ www.azitoradio.co.uk. Azitoradio, we keep you alive.
Okay, good evening, viewers. We are right now live on Facebook, and today we have. I will let them introduce themselves. I like it when you introduce yourself, and we always say ladies first. So Sylvia, we'll go straight to you and introduce yourself and what you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sylvia Ufobe. I am associate member and nutritionist here in UK. I am also a member of the Nutrition Society here in UK. Currently, I am part of the nutrition team working with Sahara TLC Challenge, where we help individuals, Black Africans and Caribbeans to live a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you. Now we go to Steve.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen. I currently work as an oncology and acute dietitian in University Hospital Coventry. And also I work with the Sahara Nutrition team trying to promote health and lifestyle change among the Blacks and Caribbean, specifically in the UK and generally all over the world.
Okay, I'm very honored to host such a. I know you're very busy doing a lot of things, but you've got the time for us to discuss about soda and caffeine. So, the ball is in your court now. We have all your ears.
Okay, so basically, we all know that to succeed in living a healthy lifestyle, we need to make healthy changes. We need to make changes to our lifestyle. And then also in doing so, we need to set certain health goals. So goals such as is either you want to lose weight, or is either you want to maintain your weight, or you just want to make sure that you're far away from certain health diseases. Now, also, we know that in order to achieve this, the first thing you have to do is eat healthy in the right proportion and also regular exercise. Aside from that, there are certain foods that you need to abstain from. So today we'll be focusing on abstaining and quitting soda and caffeine. So first and foremost, what is soda? When we say soda drinks, what exactly is soda? So soda is a beverage. It's made from carbonated water and is flavored with artificial sweeteners and a variety of other ingredients. Now, it's very popular and common. It's a very popular and common beverage. So because of that, we have different types and a wide variety in the market right now. Soda can either be taken alone or it can be mixed with fruit juice to produce drinks where we call mocktail drinks, or it can be combined with alcohol to produce cocktail drinks. Now, the big brands in the market use what we call corn syrup as sweetener for their soda drinks, while smaller brands use natural sugar to sweeten their drinks. Now, the question is soda healthy? Like, okay, so you're going to get a soda drink. Is it actually healthy? No, no, and no. Soda is no way healthy. In fact, in the health world, we say soda has empty calories, which means it adds no nutritive value to our body, in the sense that when we say a food or drink has no nutritive value, we mean that it does not contain any nutrients that the body requires. So yeah, soda adds no nutritive value to the body. In fact, typically, a can or bottle of soda contains about 38 grams of sugar, if not more, but nothing lower than 38 grams of sugar. So it might be 38 grams of sugar, it might be more. And then now, a teaspoon of sugar is equal to 5 grams of sugar. So which means 38 grams of sugar should probably be about let's say 8 teaspoons of sugar.
Nine
Exactly, about 8. Thank you. About 8, 9
So
teaspoons.
you may think that because it's soda, there's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. So you think that, oh, there's nothing wrong, or the sugar is not
Yeah.
that much, but you're literally just consuming 8 teaspoons of sugar. And just like we said that
And
it
that's like
has no
Sylvia said, let me
liver.
jump in. There's a recommended guideline, and for men, it should be about 9 teaspoons you consume in a day. Then for women, it's about 6 teaspoons. So imagine someone taking 2 cans of soda in a day. That is going above what they should be taking in a day. That is way too much, and we don't want that. So yeah.
Exactly. That's a lot of sugar. And we already, and from all the sessions we've been having on this live channel, we already know that sugar is not healthy for us. It causes a lot of damage to our system. So now you've taken your favorite kind of soda or a bottle of soda. What exactly goes on in your body? What happens in your body? Now, the first thing you need to understand is that normally when we eat food, there's a hormone called ghrelin hormone. What that hormone does is that it triggers our brain, it sends signals to our brain to let us know that, oh, you're full, you've eaten enough, stop eating. When you drink soda, soda has the ability to have the response of that hormone. So instead of telling your brain, oh, stop, you're full, you continue eating because the soda you've taken has lowered the response of that hormone. The hormone is not functioning how it's supposed to function. So you continue eating. And then now this can lead to obesity and weight gain. And we all know that one of the major causes of obesity is high intake of food. When you consume too much food in not in the right proportion. Also, there's this particular sweetener, is one of the most common sweeteners used in soda drink. It's called the high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. Now, this sweetener is made up of 55% fructose, 50% or 45% glucose. So the fructose level is higher than the glucose level. So now we are hearing glucose, and you're saying, oh, but our body needs glucose. Yes, your body needs glucose. So now when you consume that syrup, what happens is that the glucose is used straight by the body as fuel. But then now that fructose is transported to the liver to break it down because the body does not have the ability to break it down. So now it's transported to the liver to break it down. Now that process of the liver breaking it down, the process is going to trigger the production of fats in your body, cholesterol to be specific. Now this is going to cause buildup of fats around your liver, and it's going to result in what we call non-alcoholic fatty liver. It can also cause buildup of fats around your heart, your lungs. This can also lead to cardiovascular diseases. Now, also, research has also shown that there's the possibility of that high fructose syrup leading to cancer. I would like our dietitian to please shed more light on that
Um,
area.
just as you have said, just like let's assume this is a bottle of drink, eh? And you've taken it. So what it does is that maybe you take a bottle of whatever drink you take, it goes straight into the bloodstream. And once it goes into the bloodstream, this what's it called? This goes into the bloodstream and release bursts of sugar into the bloodstream, and thereby it pushes the pancreas into an overdrive, making them to work over time and releasing excess insulin or more than what the body can handle. And once it does that, it leaves room for free radicals to come in. And when all of that comes in, that is when diabetes sets in. And once diabetes have set in, other non-communicable diseases will set in, like Sylvia has said, cardiovascular disease. Sometimes when you feel you are walking on a staircase or something, you are panting and you are tired and you feel your heart is pounding, it could be fat around your organ because it's pressing down on your vital organ. So you feel tired every time. So when people tell me they're climbing the stairs and they're panting all of that and they look and they are overweight, all of that, we tell you try to reduce what you consume. And you find most of them consuming more more soda. So we tell them try to reduce your soda intake and work on your physical activity. And then you see that you are breathing fine. When you climb on the staircase, you're not panting, you're not tired. Because what basically the moment you keep taking your soda, it keeps pressing down on the because it keeps releasing fat. It triggers the mind, or it tries to convert sugar into fat, and thereby pressurizing your vital organs, constraining them, not making them to work properly because it's been constrained already. So for you to work health and breathe properly without panting, all of that, try to reduce your soda intake. So linking soda with cancer, we know that caffeine generally they're bad for us. And the more you keep consuming caffeine, the more it keeps getting bad for you. Because there are recommended guidelines or recommended dosage you should take. For example, just as Sylvia said, also as we have said earlier, if you consume way that the recommended amount, it sends your body to an overdrive. And once you see your body to an overdrive, you don't function properly. Your vital organs are compromised. You become immunocompromised, and we don't all of that. And once you become immunocompromised, it gives room for all of these NCDs to come in. Cancer could come in, obesity could come in, diabetes could come in, and hypertension. Yeah, the most disease to come because once one of these disease comes in, it brings room for more. We call them opportunity disease. So let's say someone has diabetes now. From diabetes, other things keep coming in because there's infection and it gives room for more of this to come. So to avoid all of that, watch your soda intake. Now, soda is not the problem, or I like to say soda is not the problem. Then the over prolonged consumption of soda. I mean, once in a while you can indulge yourself if you like treating yourself. Once in a while, maybe once in 2 weeks, you can have a can, especially if you're in social gathering and all of that. You can have a can. Have a can, but when you continue taking it over prolonged consumption of that, will lead to prolonged sickness. And on the long term run, you don't want any of that. So once in 2 weeks, so I personally don't take soda. I've tried to abstain from because it can become an addiction. So I personally don't take soda. I can't remember the last time I took soda. I don't take soda. So yeah, because when you keep taking these actions, that's what we call them lifestyle actions. So if you keep indulging yourself in this action, it could lead to a long time condition that you might not be able to manage.
Yeah. And so basically, just from what we said, the first thing, the things that I'll need you to pick out from what we've said so far are just two things. One, you need to know that soda does not have any nutritive value. Two, you need to realize and understand that whenever you're taking a can or a bottle of soda, all you're taking is sugar. You're literally taking 8 teaspoons or more of sugar. Now, just like we earlier said at the beginning, soda drinks are made up of sweeteners and a variety of other ingredients. Another major ingredient in soda is caffeine. Now, caffeine is a stimulant.
Just as you
What?
guys earlier mentioned about the effects of soda, apart from it affecting your waistline, because most people now they are not able to bed and see their tummy or something. So apart from soda affecting your waistline, and normally for the waistline, I think for men should be less than 45, 40. So if your waistline is above that, then you need to watch what you're consuming. And for the female, it's about 35 thereabouts. So if your waistline is
How many men or women will you see on that stage 40? We could see more if you really
We could see
physically
more.
put in the tape on it. I think
Mhm.
we just have
That's
few
what, that's,
people.
what, that's what most people do. So once in a while, take your tape measurement, your tape. You don't have to go to the doctor to do this. Take your tape rule, just put it around the waist circumference and tell
Yeah.
someone to do it and check. And if you see that it's above these values, then you need to start watching what you're consuming, especially your soda, because like Sylvia said, it has no nutritive value, rather it adds to your waist circumference. They say that every time you keep changing your pants and all of that. And one thing it does also, it's the consumption of soda releases phosphoric acid here. And basically, what this does that it inhibits the absorption of calcium. It makes your bone weak. It makes your bone weak, not strong enough. So sometimes when you feel your bones are you need cal supplement, then you should watch your soda intake because that could be your body telling you I don't want soda anymore. Because you feel your bones weak, you feel tired every time, you feel pains in your joints, that is definitely soda working some dangerous things in your body. So yeah, you need to watch all of that. And more importantly, I think the most common one that we see visibly is the fact that it affects our teeth. Dentition generally leaves a stain, leaves erosion in our teeth. So yeah, if you notice you're having gum issue and all of that, I think the first thing you should do is to stop your soda because most times we ignore our dental health because our dental health could be telling us a lot of things. So if you feel like your body's not acting right, your body's not doing well, you can also observe your dental health. I think on Sarah Nutrition, we gave a lecture on that, so which is available online. It's available online. So yeah, your dental health
I
also
think we
affects.
get busy and ignore what you're saying.
Mhm.
Most of the time, like we are busy, so we don't even listen to our body, what the
Our
body is
body,
even
yeah,
telling us.
What the
exactly.
body is
We just
saying,
ignore it.
yes.
So once
Yeah.
you notice a pain or anything in your mouth in general, your teeth in general, and you consume soda regularly, that could be your body telling you something is wrong. So you need to
Something is
watch,
wrong
you need to
somewhere.
watch for that. And also for you to have strong bones, we need calcium to function for our bones to move well, for us to be strong. So the more soda you consume, the less or the more your bone become weak. And we don't want all of that. And because once the bone become weak, then other, I mean, like I said, it becomes compromised, giving room for other infection. Because once they see a little thing, they come in. So yeah, we don't want any of that.
Yes, that's very true. So now, talking about caffeine, caffeine can also be found in most soda drinks. Not all soda drinks, but in most soda drinks, because
Also, there's
a lot.
caffeine in soda as well.
Yes, caffeine is can be used to flavor the soda drink, or some people can say, okay, they want their consumers to be stuck on that drink. You will notice that whenever you feel down, whenever you're depressed, whenever you need to be alert, there's a particular type of soda drink you always grab. If you check the ingredients, you will notice that it contains caffeine. Why? Because caffeine is a stimulant. What it
And
does is
jumping on that, mhm. And jumping on that real quick, when the more, just like Sylvia said, yeah, can you still hear me?
You can
yes,
now. I
yes.
think
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
the
my network
Wi-Fi.
is terrible.
Yeah, but we can hear you
Just as I
now.
was saying, as Sylvia said, so when you keep taking all these stimulants, taking the caffeine in the soda and taking the soda generally, it affects your circadian rhythm. Basically, your circadian rhythm is like your day and night, how your body functions all through the day. So especially taking soda at night, notice that most times when you take soda at night, you find it difficult to sleep at night because there's caffeine in it and it has increased your alertness, thereby making it difficult for your body to go into shutdown mode. Yeah, but you see some people staying awake all through the night because they can't sleep because they've had soda or they've had way too much soda in the day. And then by that way, you've altered your circadian rhythm and your body's not balanced. Because you need your body to balance both in the morning and at night. So if your body's not balanced, then you can't get enough rest. Your brain is not resting. You are working over time. So that's one of the effects of taking soda as well.
Yes, and basically caffeine, because what it does, just like what Stephen just explained about circadian rhythm, how that happens is that because it's a stimulant, it will stimulate the central nervous system. It will also stimulate the heart and the muscles. Everything will be alert. So as a result of that, it can literally control our blood pressure. Caffeine has the ability to control your blood pressure. So when you take the thing now about caffeine is that its effects are based on how you take it, the time you take it, and the amount you take it.
Mhm.
If I tell everyone now to pop in the chat box now and tell me, oh, do you take a cup of coffee or not? Here in UK, we are always on coffee on the go, on the go. And then the
Because
thing
I know
about it
some
is,
people say, "Oh, I don't like sugar drinks, but I'll just take soda."
but you just exactly, well, just take soda. I
Yeah,
don't like
and
sugar,
then
soda,
you
or
just
I
take
just
it
take
because you
coffee.
think you don't have it. And now you're saying that it affects high blood pressure as well.
It
Yes,
affects because
exactly.
the more you take it, the more it constrains the veins, and you don't want that. And it pressure and it makes them pump fast and all of that. And once it starts working overdrive, that is when all of these NCDs come in because your body is beginning to work
Please share
overdrive.
the video. This is very educative because you and I, all that we most of us know is, oh, soda is okay, soda is okay. This is
Yeah,
our
we have videos on
lifestyle. It
YouTube we
really
talk about.
matters.
We
So
have videos on
when you come
circadian
on,
rhythm.
share the
And
video. Although they are doing the biggest part of the job, but if you share, that means you are also educating somebody. If I try sharing, it's just like I've bent my head off. So please, when you are on, help us to share. It saves a life with this. Thank you.
Yes,
and you
we'll
know something
share it.
interesting I've noticed here? When a lot of us go out, like we've had a busy day and you feel thirsty, and let's say before you take anything, let's say you go to the toilet, you went to pee, and you notice your urine is dark green or dark brown or whatever color. Rather than taking a bottle of drink, first of people taking soda. At that moment, your body doesn't want soda, your body just wants a drink because it shows you are dehydrated and your body just needs something. And so when you feel dehydrated, when you feel tired, when you feel thirsty, that is not the time to grab soda because once, like I said, it goes straight into your bloodstream and you don't want that. I mean, yeah, there are times when you feel, except if you are feeling hypo, like you're faint, like about to pass out, then that is fine. You can have a soda to go because it goes straight into your bloodstream and jerks you back up. But if you feel you are fine, you're not faint, you're not doing anything, then please, if you feel thirsty, dehydrated, have a bottle of water, please.
I have some questions.
Pay
Says,
attention to your
what
urine
soda
color.
are we talking about? Is it baking soda, or what are the example of the soda we're talking about?
So the soda we are referring to are the ones you drink that
We're
comes in a
talking
can.
about soda drink. We're talking about drinks. The
because
soda drinks that comes in
can't
cans
mention brand names
bottle.
because
So
of
that we don't think it's
safety.
Yes,
carbonate of soda.
No, no.
yes.
We cannot mention specific
Soda
brand
drinks,
names. So yeah.
soda drinks. That was why I started off with saying that it's a beverage. It's made
Yeah,
from carbonated
yeah.
water and artificial sweeteners.
And then it's what is NCD?
Oh, NCDCs. Those are
I'm reading
non-communicable
from the questions here. What is
Yes.
NCD?
non-communicable diseases like diabetes, obesity, hypertension, cancer, all of that. They are tagged NCDCs.
All right.
So basically, if you're going to have a cup of coffee, if you're going to have it, if you love coffee and you want to drink coffee, the best thing is to not have more than a cup of coffee in a day. Only one cup of coffee, and then everything boils down to the measurement. You cannot measure a teaspoonful or a tablespoonful. It's half a teaspoon in a cup of coffee, because you see some people going for 2 tablespoon or 2 teaspoon. No, it's half a teaspoon in a cup of coffee, and it's just 1 cup per day. Now, we've already spoken about the effects. What happens when you take caffeine? What happens when you take coffee? We said it affects your sleep, it affects your circadian rhythm, which our dietitian has already explained. And even aside from that, it affects your mental health.
And your
Because
waistline, don't forget about your waistline, which is the important one.
yes, exactly. Your waistline, that is the most common, the most visible one. That's the first thing you will notice. But then the part that you won't notice is your mental health, because it will take time for you to realize that, oh, it's actually what I've been taking. Because you realize that over time you get addicted. If you need to be alert, if you need to be active, you grab a cup of coffee or you grab a can of soda drink. So before you know, your body becomes dependent on that. Your brain can't function on its own. It will need that stimulant to help it function. So now, is it possible for you to quit soda drinks and caffeine? Yes, actually, it's very possible. But what we won't advise is that you stop immediately. Don't do that. If you cut off immediately, you get what we call withdrawal syndromes. You start to have headaches, you start to feel dizzy, you start getting constipated and things like that. So what we tell you to do is, we call it taper off. You break out slowly. First things first, find the trigger, find the habit. What's that thing that's making you always grab a cup of coffee, always grab a can of soda drink? You're taking a walk and you feel very lightheaded, or just like Sylvia said, you go to the toilet and you say, I've not taken a drink for a while. My urine is very funny. Instead of grabbing a bottle of water, you grab a can of soda. First, find the habit, find the trigger, find what triggers it, and stop it. Then always, 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 whenever you feel the urge to take a can of soda, always switch that with water. Whenever you need to take a cup of coffee, always switch that with water. Now, the reason
I'm
why you
sorry.
think,
And
yeah,
something
go
I've
on.
realized is that when most people feel they need to take soda, it's probably when they are hungry. And just so you know, it takes about 20 minutes
Yeah,
for the soda to go into your bloodstream and all of that. It takes about 20 minutes for it to get into your bloodstream. Within that 20 minutes, you can make something to eat if you feel hungry. Grab something, eat something, and yeah, you get back to life because that would still go into your bloodstream, which is the
exactly,
better option than having to drink a bottle of soda. So when you feel hungry, when you feel you're thirsty, rather than jumping on a kind of soda and like, oh, gush it down because it feels chilling, it feels cold, rather get something to eat. And
exactly.
importantly,
Even for coffee, it takes about 45 minutes for coffee to kick in.
and that is
After
enough time for you to eat
That's
something.
enough. Thank you. That's enough time for you to get something to eat. So before it kicks in, instead of making a cup of coffee, just actually have a proper meal. Get something to eat. If you know that, oh, you're going to be something I do, you're going to be busy throughout the day and you need that energy, you need that kick. Have a healthy breakfast. Have a breakfast that is rich in protein. That will keep you
Yeah, that is
full
true.
and energized throughout the day till your next meal.
And if you feel you don't have the time to make your breakfast in the morning, you can do a pre-preparation. At night, you can make it down. If you put it in a box, if it's a sandwich you're making, whatever you're making, put in your sandwich, you can make it down at night. Once you get back, put it in the fridge. And in the morning, just put it on your bread. And if it's a sandwich, yeah, if it's rice you're taking to work, you could break it down, put it. I do that, put it in the fridge. And once I'm going to work, just pack it up, put it in my lunch box, and I'm off to work. And I get eat my breakfast once I get to work. and take my lunch at work. So you can do all of this. You just at this one of the ways you can avoid having to jumping on soda during your break whenever you feel hungry. Have something healthy in your bag to eat rather than jumping on soda every time.
Yes, exactly. And just like I always say, and we even had a session on that during our Sahara TLC challenge, easy, quick and easy breakfast. There are a lot of quick and easy breakfast
Mhm.
ideas out there that if you feel that you're too lazy to make, you can do it. Just make something really quick, something really easy, and be on the go. That will save you taking any soda or coffee during the day.
And to
So
save your
now,
money as well.
yes, exactly. It will also save you.
That is
It's
something
also
we teach on try to practice on Sarah to save cost on things that are not necessary. So yes, it will definitely save you money.
So now, what happens? You decided to quit taking soda and coffee. What are the benefits? How do you think your body is going to feel? First things first, you're going to sleep better. You will
Mm-hmm.
tend to sleep a lot better. Your circadian rhythm, everything is going to be working very fine. And one thing people don't understand is that sleep is also important to living a very healthy life. You need to sleep the recommended hours, which is about 8 hours and more, to
7
get
to
a
8 hours and more. Yeah.
yes, to get a very healthy life. So you tend to sleep better, and also weight loss. You tend to look really healthy, and then there's a reduced risk of obesity and any other related
Yeah, and your
obesity.
cardiovascular system, your kidneys will be very grateful to you because then your kidneys and your pancreas will not have to work over time because the more soda you take, the more caffeine you take, will make your pancreas work over time. So yeah, they'll definitely be grateful. They'll appreciate you every day. But I'm sure my pancreas are appreciating me every day for sticking to water. So yeah,
Exactly. You're giving them less work to do, because another thing about the liver having to break down that fructose syrup is that it requires more energy than normal. So the normal energy that you use to do other things, it is using double of that just to break down that fructose. So you're making it more relaxed. So staying away from such drinks, you're making it more relaxed. You're having a healthy lifestyle. So now let's debunk a few myths. One of the myths I would like to debunk is the common one, which people say that, oh, okay, fine, you said I can't take soda. Can I at least take diet soda? A lot of people will assume that diet soda is also good. But no, actually, diet soda and soda are the same thing. In
It's
fact,
just like diet
diet
coke.
soda,
People say they take diet coke because
yes,
it's diet.
exactly, yes. They say yes, they'll tell you, oh, diet soda, I'm taking diet soda, and I
that's
won't
a
take
Mm.
lot difference.
regular coke. Yes, I won't take normal soda. Let me go for diet soda.
So there's nothing called
After
diet soda.
there's
I
there,
mean,
there's
don't say there is sugar in diet soda.
there is
I
sugar
mean,
in diet
both
soda.
of
In
them are
fact, the
still empty
sugar
calorie, and your body's not getting
empty
anything from this. What's the point of switching from an empty calorie to another empty calorie? You're not getting any nutritive value from any of them. So what's the point? I mean, from water, you're still getting value from water, but any of that, you're not getting anything from any of them.
you're not yes you're literally not getting anything. So the thing is that the sweetener in diet soda, quite all right, diet soda does not contain any calorie. So because they will tell you that, oh, but this one doesn't have calorie. Yes, it does not contain any calorie. But the sweetener used in diet soda, aspartame, is 1,000 times more dangerous and sweeter than the high fructose corn syrup. So what it does is that at that point, you will take it and it will trick your body. So taking your body consuming that amount of sweetness, because it's so sweet. So that amount of sweetness at once, your body, your insulin levels are going to rise. That will trigger your blood sugar levels to rise and an increase in insulin. So now this can also lead to diabetes. Also, your body will start to crave sweet things that are unhealthy, because you've given it that amount of sugar. The next time you're going to eat, it will want something sweet.
Mhm.
So instead of having a healthy snack, maybe instead of having a snack of mixed nuts, you want to have a snack of mixed nuts with a sprinkle of sugar and a sprinkle of caramel sauce, because you want something sweet. So before you
And
know that,
remember, which there's recommended guideline for them. If you're having all of that, just as they go, you're having a kind of coke, a kind of something, or whatever with your coke, that is going above the six teaspoons you should be having. So that is you. And remember, you are still going to have sugar from your food you consume already. So that is you going way overboard and putting your weight first at risk.
Exactly. So then that can lead to weight gain and obesity.
So
Now
we need
another
to
myth.
stop deceiving ourselves that this is soda. It's not sugaring. We need to stop deceiving ourselves because most of us
Yes,
think that soda is soda. You know, when you know the taste, you think, oh, soda is soda. So
soda
please,
is
we
soda.
are learning. Let
Yes,
us stop deceiving ourselves that there is no sugar in soda. The word soda, because when you are in Africa, when you're really drinking the soda in Ghana, it's really bitter. So, but when you come here, you feel that, oh, then it's okay. So it's not that we should be careful as we
yes.
age in lifestyle. Let us
Mhm.
really check our lives.
Let us, yes, yes, yes. So that is soda. So now I'm really glad that, and I hope everyone understands that whether regular soda or diet soda, soda is soda. There's no one that is healthy.
And
They
so,
are
just as
both
Agnes has just
healthy.
mentioned here, with age, you need to limit the amount of the consumption because with age, it becomes difficult for our body to process all of this. So, if you see you're getting older, I would advise you cut down all of this. Or better say you stop there because with age, it becomes difficult for our body to metabolize, your body to process all of this, and giving you more room to come down with any of the NCDs we mentioned. So, as you age, as you grow, the best option for you is to try to stop or abstain from soda intake.
Yeah, also another thing I would like to explain, you know how when we take soda and we take caffeine, if you notice you become addicted to it. Now, first and foremost, how do you know you are addicted to such drinks? When you can't go a day or a week, just like Stephen had mentioned, you can't go a day or a week without taking 3, 4 cans of soda or 5 cups of coffee a day, then you are actually addicted to it. Now, why exactly are you addicted to it? What
Okay, let
happens
me
is
read what I said. So all they are all fizzy drinks. So it's not just soda; it's all
They're
fizzy
all
drinks.
it's
yes,
all
all
fizzy
the
drinks.
same
Yes,
category.
soda and
Yes.
fizzy drinks. Yes. So basically,
I mean,
yes, fizzy
you
drinks.
open it. That
The gas, carbonated water. So most of them use the gas to try and seal it. So that's why when you open it, you hear that fizzy noise. So they are all the same, all of them. So yeah, that's what I was saying. So when we take soda that contains either caffeine or the regular one without caffeine, what happens is that the sugar will trigger another hormone. It's called the dopamine hormone. Now that hormone makes you feel very, very happy. It gives you this very sweet, light feeling. So when your body feels that way, but then the thing about that feeling is that it's short-lived. It happens just a minute and that's the end. So once your body feels that way, it wants to feel that way again. So before you know, you grab another can of soda. That's why most times you see that when people are bored or when they are sad, first thing they grab is either a can of soda or a cup of coffee just to cheer you. Say you just want to cheer yourself up. But then what you're doing is that the more you keep doing that, the more your body starts getting used to that feeling. Your body starts getting used to that feeling, and then before you know it, you're addicted to it. So
For some
just like
people call it energy drink. You see them in a big
exactly,
can, and they just said, "Oh, this gives me more energy."
exactly,
It's energy drink. I don't want to mention names of the drink, but they have that,
energy
and
drink.
it's not just a
Yes,
common like the shot like the Coke. It's really long. So having
Mhm.
the full
it's
one
really
maybe
long.
twice
Yes,
or three times will stimulate you very well.
yes. Exactly. And then what is stimulating you is the presence of that caffeine because it's
Yeah.
stimulating your blood pressure. So immediately you take it, you're pumped up, you're ready to go. But then, just like I said, the feeling
It's
is
just
always
feeling for
short
a while.
lived. It's just for a while. And then if you keep doing it, your body becomes dependent on that feeling. Your brain, your body will not be able to function on its own. It will always need that stimulant to act on. It will keep asking you, where's my drink? Where's the stimulant? I can't function on my own. So we need to stop that. We need to cut all of that intake really low. Now, another myth to debunk is the fact that people say corn syrup is the same thing with cane sugar. Now, those two are two different things. Cane sugar, because I've said fructose. Remember how I said the sweetener used contains fructose and glucose. You might say, but fructose is it not the sugar gotten from fruits? No, that's what we call cane sugar. So now that fructose from fruits is different from the one in the syrup. The one in the syrup has been industrially made. It is not natural, but the one in fruits is natural. They are both different. They both have different biological components. The body can easily and normally break down the natural fructose gotten from fruit, but it cannot handle the one that has been industrially produced. So cane sugar and corn sugar are two totally different things. Do not let anyone deceive you. When you check maybe a pack of it can even be a chocolate bar, and they can tell you, oh, contains corn sugar, which is also the same thing as cane sugar. No, please, they are not the same thing. They are two totally different things. So that's another myth that I would like to debunk. I don't, Stevie,
Say
do you have
sugar,
any other?
I thought you say sugar cane. That's what we're talking about. Sugar cane. I should hear. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, or any other fruit. It can also be found in any other fruit. Yeah, because basically every type of fruit contains sugar, but then it's the fructose sugar. So it can also be found in any other type of fruits. Stephen, do you have any
Because
other
when you
thing?
see the sugar cane, as we say, because you think it's there and it's sugar cane, no, it's all right.
Yes, you
But
say
as
it's
you
all right.
said, that's not the
Exactly.
natural one.
That's not the natural one. That's the one that has been industrially produced. It's not the natural one. So your body is not going to be able to break it down the way it will break down the natural one, actually. That's it.
And allowing your body, if your body goes, like you said, your body goes into overdrive, working overtime, doing work when it's meant to be resting, still working overtime, they put your body at risk, and you don't want your body to be at risk because, like we said, it makes it immunocompromised and brings room for infections and all of that to set in. There's something I want to
Yeah.
touch on.
Oh,
Okay, go on.
no, go on, don't worry.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the trying to quit or trying to abstain or the addiction. Yeah, we need a gradual process, and there are steps involved in this process. We're not asking you to just wake up one day and like stop. You're not drinking soda. I mean, it took me quite a while to abstain and to stop taking soda, about a few months. But yeah, I did stop taking soda. So we know there are steps or process involved in this, and we can guide you through the process. I mean, it's not one day or one day fixed thing, and we don't want you to just wake up and stop because then it leads to withdrawal symptoms where you might not be able to control yourself and it will affect your mental health. So yeah,
Yes.
I'll take you through the process of quitting. It might not be one day, 1 week process, might be months, might take days, depending on what you can tolerate or how far you want to go. But then again, quitting soda is something that will definitely benefit you, not just yourself, but your vital organs as well. So yeah, you can definitely quit taking soda. You can reduce if you are taking from 3 bottles a day, 3 cans a day, you can reduce to two, to one a day, even half a day. And because why one of the reasons that work for me why I don't take soda because the moment you open one, I don't like but I want to finish it at once. And also people. What I did was that if I open one, yeah, 2 days, so I could drink up to this point in one day, until later the following day, drink up to this point. I figured out that that didn't make any sense to me. So that was one of the ways that I was able to quit taking soda. So when I open a bottle, I don't keep it once, I keep it for days. Because it has changed all of that. So that keep me off taking soda. So you can try that process or look for a method that works for you. And yeah, okay, I think I'm back on now.
Okay, I think
I watch
yeah.
Network is acting up.
radio.co.uk. Azito Radio, you alive.
Yes, okay. And yes, same thing goes for coffee too. So if you take 5 cups of coffee a day, at least start reducing it from going to 2 cups. But then always make sure you avoid taking a cup of coffee before you sleep. Do not take any cup of coffee before you sleep because we've already
I'm not
explained
just
how
using the amount of also watch out for the spoon, the cup you put in the cup as well. Just
yes,
as Stevie has recommended, at least a teaspoon is fine. Because then you find people putting 5 teaspoons into and still add sugar to their coffee. That is terrible. You shouldn't do that. So yeah, as much as you're trying to reduce the cup of coffee you take, still reduce the amount of spoon. You can go from 1 tablespoon to 1 teaspoon And before you know, the gradual process sets in, and before you know, you're no longer addicted. Before you know, you're no longer addicted to taking coffee.
Exactly, yes. Half a teaspoon in a cup a day, that will work. If you take five, you can reduce to two, and then before you know it, one a day, and then before you know it, once in a week, and then before you know it, you're totally done. But
I
then
think
again, for
most of the people
pregnant
that
women and nursing women, you are
I think most of
advised
the
not
people
to
that
take
take
coffee at all.
coffee in the morning are the individuals who try to avoid taking breakfast because they want
Yes,
something to get them going. So one of the process you could stop the addiction to coffee is include breakfast in your food. Have a morning breakfast. That will set your day. Once you have breakfast, then you feel that you don't, then you do probably don't have need for taking coffee or needing coffee to push your day forward. So yeah, have breakfast. That would definitely help you to quit or limit the amounts of coffee you take in a day.
exactly. And not just any type of breakfast, not a light breakfast. Have a meal for breakfast. Like have a
And
proper meal for
all the
breakfast.
food groups and all the classes of food, try to include them in your plate, especially your protein as well.
As we
Yes,
mentioned,
because
breakfast, some people escape breakfast because they want to reduce weight.
And for you to
no,
lose weight, you need to eat at least 3 times and include your snacks because you still need food to help you keep fit and lose weight as well. So skipping meals, we don't want that because if you let's say if you skip breakfast and you're having your lunch, you tend to have way much more than the recommended allowance because they push their breakfast and their lunch together. So no, you do not need to skip your meal for you to lose weight.
exactly. That's the thing. Even if most people will starve, they will eat just once a day. Do not do that. Your body needs glucose, and this is gotten from the food you eat. So you need to actually eat. If you're going
And
to lose weight, the best way is to reduce your portion intake and exercise regularly.
and just as
Breakfast
you
is
mentioned,
something you shouldn't skip at all because it's the most important meal for the day.
just as you have mentioned, if your body is not getting glucose or sugar from the right source, it breaks down fat into sugar. You don't want your body breaking something else to get something else. So let your body get its nutrients from the right source before it starts breaking down your fat into carbohydrates into sugar.
Okay, let's go back to the caffeine we were talking about. When you said it's not good to have it before bed. How because how do you that stimulate you because you're already in bed? Like
Yes,
having
that's the thing.
coffee
So you
straight to
shouldn't
bed.
push. No, yes, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't take a cup of coffee before going to bed. Just like I said, it takes 45 minutes for coffee to kick in as a stimulant. So imagine if in the evening you're watching TV, you're just sitting on the couch and watching, and then you have a cup of coffee, and then let's say an hour later you decide to go to bed, you will not be able to sleep because at that moment the coffee will kick in. Now that will ruin your circadian rhythm. You will probably be awake the whole night, and before you fall asleep, you might probably end up getting about 2 3 hours of sleep before you have
Exactly.
to wake up
And
the
if
next
you're able
day
to
for
fall
work.
asleep, in between your sleep will be breaking. You find yourself waking up early or not, and you find yourself waking up without feeling refreshed. Because the importance of sleeping is waking up and feeling refreshed that you've rested and your brains have rested. So if you wake up feeling you've not refreshed and you don't feel your brains have rested, then that's one of the signs for you to stop taking caffeine soda before bed. Because once you wake up, you need to feel refreshed. Your brains need to feel relaxed and all of that.
Yes, so do not take anything or do not do anything that will affect your sleep, because sleeping is one of the habits that is very important in our
Lifestyle aspect.
lifestyle change. To live a healthy lifestyle, sleep is very important.
So what will you say about not having about six more than 6 hours sleep?
You need to find a balance. So for people who, I understand that there are a couple of people who work night shifts, and then during the day you probably can't sleep. Create an environment, create an ambience in your room that resembles the night at night, so you can
Mhm.
be able to sleep. Close your curtains, you
Turn
can
off
get
the
a very
lights.
dim light. Yes, you can get nice scented candles. Just create an ambience that will allow you sleep during the day, since at night you have work, you work at night. But always ensure that you get at least more than 7 hours, 8 hours is of sleep in a day.
I think what helped me one time was when I got back from the night. What I did was that before I did anything, once I've had my bath, I have my breakfast, then go to sleep. Then I sleep. Then once I wake up, I'm having my lunch. So that way I'm not missing out from any of my from my food because I have my breakfast, go to sleep, I wake up, have my lunch, and that way once I have my breakfast, I just sleep better. I don't know, someone could try, but it does help me sleep better. Have my breakfast and go to sleep afterwards.
Yes, yes. It will actually help you sleep better. And just like you said, you will not miss out on any meal or anything at all. If you get back from work, you have your breakfast, you sleep, wake up, you have lunch, you have your dinner, and you sleep.
That way you are able to balance your circadian. So that way you've been able to balance your circadian rhythm.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any more questions.
Yeah, we're just going to ask, do we have any more questions, or is there anything anybody wants us to clarify
I think I'm
concerning
more
soda and
interested in this
caffeine?
what do you call the sleeping pattern. I mean, I think although we're saying that our health matters, but I think the sleeping pattern is a big problem because I don't know that if I could get half or 50% of people who can really have a sleep 8 hours, especially in abroad. If back home I can
Yes.
say, but if in abroad, if 50% of people can say that they are able to sleep 8 hours
You know it's
before,
difficult here, but then again, your lifestyle modifications, all of these things will fall into. Once you be able to adjust your lifestyle, you don't take caffeine, you don't take soda, you follow through and you go to bed in the right time, then definitely you should. And not only does it help your body, that's your mental health as well. Once you don't get enough sleep, your mental health it's not it doesn't work. But as much as it's difficult, try to find a balance. Whatever you need to stop doing, whatever you need to start doing, try to do. Most times when it's bedtime, a lot of us are still with our phone or our device, or
Actually, yes.
making it difficult for us to go to bed because the moment the brightness from our device is getting to our eye, our brain is not ready to shut it down. Put it off, then your brain start going into a shutdown mode. So as much as possible, try to do all of this and night and to bedtime. So to put away your device, and to be able to get good sleep.
I think we should make it like I think we wait till we feeling asleep before we go to bed. But I think we should try to learn like it is bedtime. So whether I
Yes.
feel sleepy or not, I should
Not,
go.
I need to go to bed
I
now.
think that is what we have to educate
Exactly.
That
ourselves
is
because
you working
most
on
of
your
the time you waste
circadian
the time
rhythm.
in the living room watching television because you think you are not ready. I think we need to push the body onto the bed.
And once you've done that,
Exactly. That's the thing.
your body starts knowing that okay, it's time to sleep. Once your TV, your device is still on, your brain is still active. That yes, we are pushing through.
Yes, that's actually one of the things. The thing is that a lot of people do not set sleeping time. They don't have a sleeping time to say, oh, by 10 p.m. I need to be in bed. By
I have
11
to be
p.m.
in
I need
bed.
to be in bed. Once you get home, if you have work, if you've carried work over from the office home, do what you need to do, but set a time for yourself and say, you know what, once it's 10, I'm in bed. I have to sleep. So I
To
think
sleep.
that will actually, yes, that will actually set a lot of things in
Yeah,
place,
that's
and
right. I
that will
think we have
actually.
a
That's why
mindset
if you
of
know,
doing that. Yeah.
yes, yes, exactly. We have that's why the digital world right now. We have apps that do that. Even our phones. If you notice with your phone, you have once it's 10. If you turn it on, if you set it, once it's 10, your phone goes into a do not disturb mode. It restricts
Yeah.
calls from coming in, it restricts messages from coming in, nothing comes in because at that time you should be in bed. You should start getting ready to sleep.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset we have to change into that and have time for
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes, it is. It is. We actually need to have time for ourselves because what's the point? What's the point of working and if you're not living a healthy lifestyle? You won't want to work and spend all the money you're making on drugs. That's there's no point actually.
Yeah. So
But so
just
when our MOT is going to expire. We are very anxious of it. We go and
Mhm.
then make sure that it's been serviced, But when it's coming to
Yes.
our body, we don't have the time for it because
When it
there's no
comes to our body,
expiring date.
exactly.
Just
Yes, we
as an
don't have.
addition
Thank
about
you.
the
We don't
MOT,
have the time for it. We just
once you
keep
Because
notice
there's
going
no
your
and keep
expiring
body,
date
going.
on that.
yes, once you notice
Yes.
your body is beginning to act funny, your body is beginning to feel funny, you should get tested. Speak to your GP. Notice the changes in your body. If you notice your body is beginning to not act the way it should act, speak to your GP. Stop certain lifestyle behavior, and yeah, and by then you should be fine. I mean, for most, like I said, yeah, for those addicted to caffeine or soda in the morning, as much as possible, try to have breakfast. These are the one of the ways you can stop the addiction, because I mean, stopping the addiction will definitely help your body feel better, it will help your organs, and you feel fine with yourself. So try to have breakfast in the morning. Try to stay healthy. Try to live an healthy lifestyle, and gradually you're stopping the process of the addiction.
Yes, exactly. Just drop something there. If you want something that you've never had before, you need to be willing to do something that you've actually never done before. So if you want to achieve a healthy lifestyle, you need to be willing to stop and pick up habits that you have never done before. Certain things that you know that you've never been doing before, you need to start doing them. Things that you've been doing before that are wrong, they are bad habits, you need to stop
Drop them.
doing them. We all need to sit up when it comes to our health. These are things that people need to know and people need to understand. A better health actually does keep the doctor away. Trust me.
And remember, it's the overconsumption, the long consumption of this soda that leads to a long-term condition. So if you don't want a long-term condition or something you have to manage, then as much as possible, try to avoid taking of that and reduce the amount or the intake, the frequency. That's the frequency at which you take them.
I hope we've learned so much today, things that we take it very easily. We've learned so much and so much easily. So before we leave, what is the final advice, Sylvia?
Remember, before you grab that can of soda or a cup of coffee, remember that it has no nutritive value. All you're taking is sugar. You are just taking 8 teaspoons of sugar into your body, and that is going to cause a lot of damage in the long run. So
Okay.
please always remember that. Just like I said,
How many? Eight
please always
teaspoons.
remember that.
Okay, did you say eight?
8 teaspoons, yes.
I think when
Eight.
we get into the kitchen, let's take 8 teaspoons into something. Let's see how many we consuming at that
Yeah,
stage.
Yes,
you notice you can't even
Practice
and
makes man perfect, because
exactly.
you stand there and there is sugar and you pour in 8 teaspoons out of whatever package you have into another cup.
Eight
Let us see
teaspoons.
how many sugars we consuming in.
and
And then we
remember
go
as
to
Yes.
well.
sleep. But so this is Sylvia, nutritionist, advising us about the 8 sugars. So it's not good for the body. And when we go to the dietitian side, because it can also give you diabetes, you can be diabetic with that. So Steve, what do you leave us finally?
Yes, as much as you feel thirsty, you feel hungry, if you need something to cool you off, try at that point to avoid taking soda. Caffeine, try as much as possible. And it can be difficult. But tell your body you're not taking it. And go for it. You can cold water. I mean, we're entering the summer. So yes, you can have cold water. So as much as the body says, I need soda, I need all of it. Avoid it. Go for it. Go for a bottle of water. Whenever I'm going to work, I have 2 bottles of water with me in my bag. If I need more, I get more at work. So as much as possible, have a bottle of water everywhere you go. That will stop the frequency at which you consume soda.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, our nutritionist for the evening, and then Stephen, dietitian. They've really combined and advised us for you and I. Our lifestyle matters. Everything we are doing is about our health. What profit will you gain if you have everything and you don't have good health? How can you enjoy that kind of work? So let us be cautious of what we do, especially what we put in there. It really matters. So thank you all for joining in. Everyone that came on,
Thank
we say thank
you.
you.
Thank
Share
you.
the video, educate somebody else. You're sharing this video. this advice you're going to give somebody by sharing will save a life, because you don't know the life the person is in. It will be a good advice for somebody. Until we meet again, we say bye bye forever. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.